Imagine a time machine drops you, right now, in the 13th century Europe. You arrive with your modern clothes, your clean body, and your 21st century knowledge. How long would you survive? A week, a month. The shocking truth is, you wouldn't last 24 hours. Let's look at the survival fight that your modern body and mind would face in the brutal reality of the Middle Ages. Your first priorities are calories and weather, but your modern body would lose on two fronts. First, constant lack of nutrition. A peasant's daily calorie need was huge because of hard physical work, but their diet was mostly just one type of grain. Your body, suddenly facing this low-calorie shock, would quickly start to fail. The second and most deadly front is water. There was no such thing as clean water. Waste from people and animals ran into the streets, mixing with the drinking water. This high level of germs was a disaster for your modern immune system. Within hours, you could get typhus, dysentery, or cholera. This is why people often drink ale, a simple beer, instead of water, as it was safer after bowling. Trying to drink water would likely be your biggest mistake in your first 24 hours. And of course, poisonous bread. The orchid fungus was common in grains, turning the main food, bread, into a deadly weapon. Your very first meal would cause not just stomach problems, but uncontrolled muscle spasms and strong hallucinations, destroying your ability to think clearly. Your survival skill is limited not just by food, but by hygiene and knowledge. Cities smell terrible, not just from sewage, not also from the strong ammonia of tanneries and animal waste. Fleas, lice, and bedbugs were everywhere in homes and pets. These parasites carry deadly diseases like the plague. You would not only struggle with the smell but also with time. You have no clocks. Time was told by church bells, the sun, and the seasons. Trying to arrange a meeting or make a simple plan would instantly confuse your modern mind. In the middle of this chaos, you would try to talk, but the English you speak is completely different from the Old English or regional accents spoken there. Being a foreigner who speaks strangely would quickly mark you as suspicious, maybe even a spy. Medieval society was built on social class. Failing to bow to a lord, using the wrong tone, or just speak a stranger would instantly start a fight or punishment. If you are a woman, your struggle gets much harder. You could not legally travel, trade, or own property alone. A modern woman's independent behavior would quickly lead to suspicion, harassment, or accusation of witchcraft. Seeking justice would be a nightmare. Instead of evidence, they used things like trial by ordeal, like holding hot iron, to prove guilt. Your modern sense of right and wrong would be ignored, and complaining about the system could send you straight to a torture cell. Also, outside of big wars, there were constant small fights, local bandits, and feuds. An unarmed, untrained modern person could easily get caught between a lord's guards and marauders and be killed before the 24 hours were up. Finally, medicine. A small accident would happen during the day, a trip, a horse bump, or a cut. The risk of tetanus from the dirty streets was constant. But the real danger was treatment. Medieval healers used the four-humors theory, trying to balance fluids in the body. Their best treatments, like bleeding you with leeches, only increased infection. There was no pain relief you could handle. A broken bone meant facing hours of unimaginable, non-stop pain with no anesthesia for surgery. Furthermore, your body would be full of parasites like worms. Even a simple tooth infection could become deadly blood poisoning within 24 hours. Without modern antibiotics, the infection would spread fast, causing extreme pain, and blood poisoning would be unavoidable. The 24-hour clock is finished. This era didn't just lack comforts, it was actively hostile to human life. It is a defeat on every front, microbial, social, and physical. Your body is weak from sickness and poison. Your mind is broken by violence and confusion. The combined weight of disease, injustice, and relentless hardship proved too much. Every modern advantage you possessed, from hygiene to intellect, has been nullified. You are likely bleeding from the untreated wound, freezing in a red field cell, or dead from a random attack. The simple lack of antibiotics has turned a minor injury into an execution. Now, you would not last 24 hours. The past is another country, and in this one, you were simply not prepared to breathe the air. The Middle Ages is fun to recreate with AI, but it was absolutely brutal to live in. If you survived this terrifying thought experiment, make sure to subscribe to Medieval Reborn for more deep dives into history recreated by AI.